20 best natural drinks for your kidney health. There's something quietly alarming happening inside millions of bodies right now, and most people have absolutely no idea. Not because the information is hidden in some classified research facility, not because it requires a medical degree to understand, but because somewhere along the way, we stopped paying attention to one of the most hard-working, underappreciated organs in the human body, the kidneys. Think about how much attention the heart gets, the brain. Even the gut has had its cultural moment. But the kidneys? Two fist-sized, bean-shaped organs sitting quietly in your lower back, filtering roughly 200 liters of blood every single day, regulating your blood pressure, balancing your electrolytes, producing hormones that tell your bones to stay strong. And we barely give them a second thought until something goes wrong. What most people don't realize is that kidney disease affects approximately 1 in 10 people worldwide, and the vast majority of them don't know it until significant damage has already occurred. The kidneys don't scream for help. They whisper. And by the time the whisper becomes a cry, it can be too late for an easy solution. But here's where it gets interesting. Because long before dialysis machines existed, long before pharmaceutical companies began developing expensive treatments, ancient civilizations around the world had already discovered something remarkable. They had identified specific plants, roots, seeds, and fruits, and the drinks made from them, that appeared to support kidney function in ways that modern science is only now beginning to fully understand. Today, we're going to walk through 20 of the most powerful natural drinks that research suggests may support kidney health. Some of them you know. Some of them will surprise you. And number 14, in particular, has a history so old in a science, so compelling that it might completely change how you think about what you put in a glass. Stay with us, because the final one on this list changes everything. This is not about replacing medical treatment. This is about understanding what nature quietly offers, and what most of us have been walking past, pouring out, or substituting with something far less beneficial. Let's begin. Starting with number 20, and perhaps the most overlooked liquid in human history, plain water. Now, before you skip ahead, hear this out, because water is not as simple as it sounds, and most people are drinking it wrong for their kidneys. Ancient Ayurvedic medicine, dating back over 3,000 years, described water not merely as hydration, but as the primary vehicle through which the body expels what it no longer needs. The kidneys are filtration organs. They are, by their very nature, dependent on adequate fluid to do their job. Research consistently shows that low fluid intake is one of the most significant risk factors for kidney stone formation and chronic kidney stress. The mechanism is straightforward. When you're dehydrated, your urine becomes concentrated, minerals crystallize, and your kidneys work harder to compensate. The caution here is that more is not always better. People with existing kidney disease or certain heart conditions should consult a physician before dramatically increasing fluid intake, as the kidney's ability to regulate fluid can be compromised. For healthy individuals, however, consistent hydration across the day may be one of the most protective habits possible. Number 19 is lemon water. And this is where ancient intuition and modern biochemistry begin to align in a genuinely fascinating way. Lemons have been used medicinally across cultures from ancient Egypt to traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years. What science has since identified is that lemons are among the richest natural sources of citrate, a compound that research suggests may help inhibit the formation of certain types of kidney stones, particularly calcium oxalate stones, which account for the majority of kidney stone cases. Citrate works by binding to calcium in the urine, effectively preventing it from crystallizing into stones. A simple glass of water with freshly squeezed lemon each morning provides a meaningful dose of citrate at essentially zero cost. The nuance is that bottled lemon juice, particularly sweetened varieties, may not offer the same benefit. Fresh is the key. Number 18 brings us to something that the indigenous peoples of North America, European folk healers, and traditional Chinese medicine practitioners all arrived at independently. Dandelion root tea. That plant most people treat as a weed in their garden has one of the longest histories of medicinal use of any plant on Earth. Modern research suggests dandelion may act as a gentle natural diuretic, helping the kidneys increase urine output and flush waste more effectively. Studies indicate it may also contain compounds that support the liver, and since liver and kidney function are closely interconnected, this is not a trivial benefit. Dandelion tea made from the root is widely available, and many people find its slightly bitter, earthy taste surprisingly pleasant. Those taking diuretic medications should use caution, as combining the two could amplify effects beyond what is beneficial. At number 17, we have green tea. Japan has one of the lowest rates of chronic kidney disease in the developed world, and while that cannot be attributed to any single factor, researchers have noted that green tea consumption is among the cultural habits associated with kidney protective outcomes in various population studies. Green tea is rich in a class of antioxidants called catechins, particularly one known as EGCG. Oxidative stress, the damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals, is believed to be a major contributor to kidney cell damage over time. The catechins in green tea may help neutralize this stress. Research also suggests green tea may support healthy blood pressure, which is directly relevant to kidney health since high blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. The limitation worth noting is that green tea contains caffeine and some compounds that, in excessive amounts, could theoretically stress the kidneys. Moderation, as always, is the operative principle. Number 16 is ginger tea. Ginger has been described in Sanskrit texts, in ancient Chinese medicine, and in the writings of Hippocrates himself. In traditional medicine, it was considered a warming, purifying root, one that supported digestion and internal cleansing. Today, research suggests that ginger contains potent anti-inflammatory compounds called gingerols and shogales. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now understood to be a significant driver of kidney damage, particularly in the context of diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Animal studies have shown promising kidney protective effects of ginger compounds, and while human trials are still emerging, the anti-inflammatory profile of ginger tea makes it a compelling addition to a kidney-conscious routine. Fresh ginger root steeped in hot water for 10 minutes, perhaps with a touch of honey, provides a warming, effective preparation. 15 brings us to something less commonly discussed: hibiscus tea. Made from the dried petals of the hibiscus sabdurifa flower, this brilliant red drink has been a staple of traditional medicine in Central America, West Africa, and Southeast Asia for centuries. It is, in many parts of the world, more than a beverage. It is considered medicine. Modern research has been paying attention. Several studies suggest that hibiscus tea may have meaningful blood pressure-lowering effects, with one study indicating results comparable, in some cases, to a common antihypertensive medication. Given that hypertension is one of the top 2 causes of kidney disease globally, this connection matters enormously. Hibiscus also contains anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that may help protect kidney cells from oxidative damage. The caution is that hibiscus can interact with certain medications, including hydrochlorothiazide, and those with low blood pressure should use it thoughtfully. If you're finding this valuable, this would be a good moment to pause and hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this information. And if you want to keep exploring this kind of content, where ancient wisdom meets modern science, subscribing takes about 2 seconds. Now, let's keep going because the next several drinks are where things start to get really interesting. Number 14, and this is the one I mentioned at the beginning: barley water. Not a trendy superfood, not something you'll find in a designer wellness shop. Just humble, ancient barley water. A drink that appears in texts from ancient Rome, in the writings of Hippocrates, in traditional Indian Ayurveda, and in Chinese medicine going back over 2,000 years. Hippocrates himself reportedly recommended barley water as a foundational healing drink. What modern research reveals is why. Barley is rich in beta-glucan fiber, which may help regulate blood sugar and cholesterol, both of which, when dysregulated, place enormous strain on the kidneys. Barley water is also naturally alkalizing, and some research suggests it may help dissolve certain types of kidney stones and support urinary tract health. To prepare it, Whole pearl barley is simmered in water, strained, and consumed, optionally with a squeeze of lemon. It is simple, it is ancient, and it is, in many ways, one of the most underappreciated drinks in the world. Number 13, cranberry juice, but not the kind that lines most supermarket shelves. Pure, unsweetened cranberry juice has been associated in research with reduced risk of urinary tract infections, which, when left untreated, can travel up the urinary tract and cause kidney infections. The mechanism involves compounds called proanthocyanidins, which research suggests may prevent certain bacteria from adhering to the walls of the urinary tract. This is not about acidifying the urine, as was once believed. It is about physical interference with bacterial attachment. The critical point is that commercially sweetened cranberry drinks contain so much added sugar that any benefit is likely negated. Sugar is one of the most kidney-stressing substances in the modern diet. Pure, tart cranberry juice is the version that carries the potential benefit. At number 12, turmeric tea. Turmeric has been a cornerstone of Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine for at least 4,000 years, and the last 2 decades of scientific research have generated hundreds of studies examining its active compound, curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatory compounds in existence. Kidney disease, in many of its forms, involve a significant inflammatory component, and research in both animal models and emerging human trials suggests that curcumin may help modulate inflammatory pathways relevant to kidney tissue. Turmeric tea, made by simmering turmeric root or powder in water or milk with black pepper, which dramatically increases curcumin absorption, offers a practical way to incorporate this compound daily. Those with gallbladder conditions or taking blood-thinning medications should exercise caution. Number 11 is stinging nettle tea. Few plants have a more ancient medicinal rhizome than stinging nettle. Found across Europe, Asia, and North America, it appears in medieval European medicine, traditional Native American healing, and ancient Roman texts. For centuries, it was used specifically as a support for urinary and kidney health. Research indicates nettle leaf may act as a mild diuretic, potentially helping to flush waste products through the kidneys more efficiently. It is also rich in antioxidants and minerals, including magnesium, which plays a role in reducing kidney stone risk. Some studies suggest nettle may help reduce inflammation in the urinary tract. As with most herbal diuretics, those already taking diuretic medications should consult a physician before adding this to their routine. At number 10, cucumber-infused water. This one carries the weight of its simplicity remarkably well. Cucumbers are approximately 96% water by composition, and they contain compounds including cucurbitacins and flavonoids that research suggests may have mild anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Cucumber-infused water is alkalizing, hydrating, and may help flush excess uric acid from the system. Uric acid being one of the compounds that in excess contributes to gout and certain forms of kidney stones. Several ancient medicinal traditions considered the cucumber a cooling, purifying food, and modern nutritional science does not fundamentally disagree. It is low in potassium and phosphorus, making it one of the few kidney-supportive options that is also generally safe for people with existing kidney disease, though individual dietary restrictions always require medical guidance. Number 9, coconut water. Not coconut milk, coconut water, the clear liquid found inside young green coconuts. It has been used as a rehydration fluid in traditional tropical medicine for centuries, and during World War II, it was reportedly used as an intravenous hydration fluid in emergency situations. Research suggests that coconut water is rich in potassium, magnesium, and natural electrolytes, and some studies have indicated it may help prevent the formation of certain kidney stones by reducing crystal deposition in the kidneys. An important nuance: for people with existing kidney disease, particularly those with compromised kidney function, the high potassium content in coconut water can actually be dangerous, as diseased kidneys may struggle to excrete excess potassium. This is one of the most important cautions in this entire video. What supports healthy kidneys may not always be appropriate for damaged ones. 8 on our list is beetroot juice. Research into beetroot has accelerated significantly in recent years, driven largely by studies showing its remarkable effect on blood pressure through its high nitrate content. Dietary nitrates convert to nitric oxide in the body, which may help relax and dilate blood vessels, reducing the pressure burden on both the heart and the kidneys. Since hypertension is a primary cause of kidney decline, this pathway is clinically meaningful. Additionally, some research suggests that beetroot contains betaine, a compound associated with liver and kidney detoxification support. The color of beetroot can turn urine pink or red, a completely harmless phenomenon called bituria, but one worth knowing about to avoid unnecessary alarm. Those prone to oxalate kidney stones should moderate intake, as beets are relatively high in oxalates. Number 7 is pomegranate juice. Pomegranates appear in nearly every ancient civilization's symbolic and medicinal tradition. In ancient Egyptian medicine, in Persian texts, in Ayurvedic teaching, and in multiple religious scriptures. There is a reason this fruit has captivated healers across millennia. Research suggests pomegranate is one of the most antioxidant-rich fruits in existence, with some studies indicating it may have a higher antioxidant capacity than red wine or green tea. For the kidneys, this matters because oxidative stress is a central mechanism of kidney cell damage. Studies in people with chronic kidney disease have shown some promising indicators around pomegranate consumption, including potential reductions in inflammatory markers and improvements in certain kidney function parameters. Unsweetened pomegranate juice is the appropriate form. At number 6, apple cider vinegar diluted in water. This is one where the gap between popular enthusiasm and scientific evidence requires careful navigation. Apple cider vinegar has been used as a health tonic for thousands of years. Hippocrates reportedly used it for wound care and digestive complaints. In the context of kidney health, some evidence suggests it may help create an alkaline environment that could reduce the risk of uric acid kidney stones, and its acetic acid content has been associated with modest blood sugar regulation, relevant because diabetes is a leading cause of kidney disease. However, the cautions here are significant. Undiluted apple cider vinegar is highly acidic and can damage tooth enamel and irritate the esophagus. It should always be diluted, typically 1 to 2 tablespoons in a large glass of water. People with existing kidney disease should consult their doctor before use. We're entering the final stretch now, and these last 5 carry some of the most compelling evidence and the most fascinating histories. Pay close attention, because number 2 might be something you have never considered before. Number 5 is spearmint tea. Often overshadowed by its stronger cousin peppermint, spearmint has a distinct and gentler biochemical profile. Research has shown that spearmint contains rosmarinic acid, a compound with notable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Studies suggest spearmint tea may help reduce oxidative stress markers, relevant to anyone looking to protect kidney cells from long-term damage. Traditional Persian and Middle Eastern medicine have long used spearmint as a digestive and urinary tonic, and some herbalists have specifically recommended it for kidney and urinary tract support. Unlike peppermint, spearmint is also lower in menthol, making it gentler and generally more appropriate for everyday consumption. Number 4, celery seed tea. This one surprises most people. Celery, the vegetable, is well known, but the seeds are where the medicinal concentration lies. Traditional European herbalism, dating back to medieval times, consistently listed celery seed as a specific remedy for kidney and urinary complaints. Modern research has identified compounds, including phthalides and flavonoids in celery seed, that may have diuretic properties and could help reduce uric acid levels, directly relevant to gout and uric acid kidney stones. Animal studies have shown celery seed extract may offer kidney protective effects against oxidative damage. The tea is made by lightly crushing celery seeds and steeping them in hot water. It has a distinct, savory flavor unlike anything else on this list. Those who are pregnant should avoid celery seed tea, as it may stimulate uterine contractions. Number 3 is corn silk tea. This is the fine, thread-like strands that grow beneath the husk of an ear of corn, something almost every person in a corn-eating culture has discarded without a second thought. Traditional healers across Native American, Chinese, and South American medical traditions use corn silk specifically for kidney and urinary conditions. Research suggests that corn silk contains compounds including mason and stigmasterol that may have diuretic, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant effects relevant to urinary tract and kidney health. In some traditional medicine systems, corn silk tea was the primary recommendation for kidney stones, urinary tract inflammation, and elevated blood pressure. Modern research is still exploring the full mechanism, but the cross-cultural consensus on this plant across thousands of years is difficult to dismiss. It is mild in flavor and gentle in effect, making it one of the most accessible herbal teas on this list. At number 2, parsley tea. And here's where the story gets genuinely remarkable. Parsley is the most widely used herb in global cuisine. It is on plates in almost every restaurant, in nearly every culture. And yet almost no one thinks of it as medicine. In ancient Rome and Greece, parsley was used medicinally, not as a garnish. Traditional Middle Eastern and European folk medicine specifically used parsley as a kidney and urinary tonic. Research has identified compounds in parsley including apiol, myristicin, and various flavonoids that may have diuretic properties and antioxidant effects. Some animal studies have shown parsley extract may help protect kidney cells from damage. Parsley tea, made by steeping fresh, flat-leaf parsley in hot water, offers a concentrated dose of these compounds. The critical caution: parsley in medicinal quantities should be avoided during pregnancy, and those with kidney disease should be aware that it is moderately high in oxalates. Culinary amounts are safe for virtually everyone, but concentrated tea preparations require awareness. And number 1 on this list, the drink with perhaps the oldest unbroken record of use for kidney support in the world, is marshmallow root tea. Not the candy, the plant. Althea officinalis, the marshmallow plant, grows across Europe and Central Asia, and its use as a medicinal herb traces back to ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and throughout the history of traditional European herbal medicine. The root contains a mucilaginous compound, a thick gel-like substance, that when consumed in tea form coats and soothes the lining of the urinary tract, potentially reducing irritation and supporting the passage of waste. Research suggests marshmallow root may also have mild diuretic properties and anti-inflammatory effects relevant to urinary tract health. It has been used for kidney stones, urinary tract infections, and general kidney support across cultures for at least 3,000 years. It is gentle, is largely without significant side effects for most people, and it represents something that this entire list points toward: the idea that nature developed complex, elegant solutions to human health needs long before pharmaceutical science began writing them down. And so here we are, 20 drinks, 20 different windows into the same truth: that the kidneys, these quiet, relentless workers in your lower back, respond powerfully to what you choose to consume. That the plants and roots and seeds that traditional healers reached for across thousands of years were not guesses. They were observations, passed down, refined, and in many cases now validated by the very science we hold as the gold standard. The modern world has not made us healthier in every way. In many ways, we have traded depth for convenience and nature for novelty. We drink more sugar, more processed ingredients, and fewer of the simple, ancient beverages that may have been quietly doing remarkable things for human health long before we had the tools to explain why. This is not a call to abandon medicine. It is a call to remember that medicine grew out of nature, that the first pharmacopoeia was the forest, the garden, and the ground beneath our feet. And the kidneys, perhaps more than any organ, benefit from what we drink every single day. If this video has changed how you think about your morning routine, your hydration habits, or what you put in your body, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below telling us, which of these 20 drinks surprised you the most? Which one are you going to try first? Your response might just help someone else make a decision that matters for years to come. Take care of your kidneys. They have been taking care of you every single moment of your life.